Hi, welcome back to the channel. So in this video we'll be looking into what is called a WordPress, how can we use it and where can we use it, how to install it onto your server and how to install it in your local system and start working on it, how to install themes, how to install plugins and how to work around with your plugins and all depending on your requirements. So first, what is a WordPress? WordPress is a CMS. It's a framework built on PHP. Okay, so you have two options. You can just directly go to wordpress.com and you can create your account. Okay, in this you can directly host your website. So if you go to pricing, you will be having some list here. So it starts like this. Depending on your requirement, you can start. If you are looking for an e-commerce, you can start with this package, or if you're a startup, you can go with this business plan, or you can go with a premium one or a personal one. So if you see here, you have other additional options which are available currently with the plans. So if you're not okay with this, then you can just go to wordpress.org and you can download your file. WordPress.org is a is a website where you can get your themes, plugins related to WordPress. So if you see on the right, you have an option called the Get WordPress button. When you click on it, you will get a zip file downloaded. So these guys also provide you the hosting services also. So this is the latest version. So you need to keep in mind that whenever you are creating a website or creating a fresh website, you need to have the latest copy of WordPress. So once you have downloaded, you have two options. One is you can directly, if you are having a server, you can directly copy these files to your server and then you can start working on it. If not, you have some other softwares that you need to download onto your local and you can start working on your WordPress website. So what are the options we have? So if you are a starter and you wanted to have a server, so you can go with the free servers, or you can even have a paid servers also. So why do we need a server? Again, to host a website, you need to have a domain and you need to have a server for that particular domain. So what's the software that goes along with this is, one, you can go download and install XAMPP, or you can download and install WAMP. So XAMPP and WAMP runs as a server for your local machines. So it is a replacement for your server. So you need to install XAMPP or WAMP depending on your wish. Whichever you are familiar with, you have already worked on with. So if you are going to start with WAMP, you have 32-bit and 64-bit options. Again, depending on your OS, you need to download them. So you can directly download it. Once you have downloaded it, you can start installing it. So it is downloaded, just click on it. Click on agreement, then click on next. Select your location where you wanted it to be installed, and you see you need to check all the versions that you are looking for. So this will install a MySQL database. Along with that, it will install a PHP software or a framework, you can say that, and along with that it will also install Apache, which works as a server. So once this gets installed, you will have something called localhost. So I'll show you how to access your WAMP server in your local browser. So once you have finished with this installation, you will get a prompting for selecting your browser. So if you want to select any other browser, just you can click yes, and you can see where you have that for browser installed in your C drive. So just navigate to that path and then just click on open, and you can have a text editor where you wanted to add it. So currently we have not installed any text editor, so we'll just go with no. So again it will create. So if at all your system is new, you will get some errors like this. So what you need to do is just search for the DLL in the browser and get it pasted in your folder. In which folder you need to paste it, I'll just show you. So let me just get the file once. So I have this file already downloaded. I'll just copy it and I'll just go to my local Windows System 32. Here you need to paste all your DLL files that are missing. So I have copied it here, then just click on OK, and see if you can open your WAMP. So if you are getting this error, then again you need to download do the same process. You need to download the same DLL file. So I have downloaded and copied it. If you see that, like onto your bottom right, you will see your WAMP server icon. Okay, so you need to just click on it and you need to start all the services, and you will get a green indication for that. So you need to start your Apache. So if you just type in localhost, you will get your WAMP server localhost. If you are not getting it, then you need to reinstall your WAMP application. So if you are still facing the issue, just try restarting your system so that it will fix the issue. 90% of the time the issue gets fixed. So if you are still getting an issue, just go to this link. I'll be sharing it in the comments. Just download this and just install it into your system. So wait till it gets installed. So once it is done, again restart your system. So once you're done with installing WAMP, you can start using it. If not, you can download XAMPP. If you're thinking that WAMP is not working with you, then you can download your XAMPP copy here. So this is your PHP version. So whichever PHP versions you wanted, you can download that particular XAMPP file and you can install it. Once you have installed, again you can just start your XAMPP control panel, and if you click on start for Apache and MySQL, it will install your start your Apache and MySQL services. So whenever you want to log into that, you need to just type on localhost. So this is your file, and you need to type php myadmin, sorry, slash so this is your server, that is MySQL, where you will create, where we will be creating database and other related stuff. So if you just go to your install path, that is where you have installed this XAMPP. See, you see, this is your XAMPP. So in this, you need to majorly focus on a folder called htdocs. Inside this htdocs, you need to create a file, and you need to create a folder, and you need to name it your project name. So I'll just create a folder, and I'll call it WordPress. I'll say WordPress train. So what I'll do here is I'll just type in localhost slash WordPress train. Since we don't have any files in this, you will be seeing this. So if you remember, we have downloaded the WordPress here already. So just open that WordPress file here. Just copy all the contents in this, and then just paste it in your htdocs folder that you have created recently. XAMPP htdocs WordPress train, Control V. So once we get all the files, just reload this. So you see that you get an WordPress installation path here. So you can select your preferred language, just click on continue. Next you need to enter your database name, username and password. Since we haven't created any database here, just go to your PHP admin, click on database, give your database name. Click on create. By default, this PHP admin has a user called admin, user called root or admin. You can use any of this. Okay, so I'll just go here and I'll just give the database name as train that we have created recently, and for username I'll give root, and the password is empty. But it is not the same when you work with a real server. Click on submit, click on installation, and then you can give your website title, and you can create a username, and you can give a password, or you can use this password, and then email. The reason for your email is you need to, whenever if you forget your password or anything, you need to give their email so that you'll get a password reset option to your mail. So I'll say this as WordPress training, then I'll give a username. You can give any username. enter your own password. So this is your email, you are entering your email. Next comes is something called search engine visibility. So since we are working on local, we don't need to have this option to be checked because it won't be crawled by the Google bots. So this is a part where you need to consult with your SEO experts, or by default you need to have this checked until you're making your website live, because until and unless your website is live and you are ready to go with all the pages, you can't uncheck this. If you get this unchecked, all the pages that you create gets registered with Google and it will be creating a huge errors if at all you are removing that particular page or particular media files, anything. So for time being, we will just check this and then click on WordPress. So this will install all the files required onto your local, and I will just log in. So this is my dashboard. So we'll meet in the next class or video. Until then, bye.